Did you know belief is everything when it comes to manifestation? So if you are trying to manifest something into your life, it is time to get really clear about what your beliefs are. Today, I am going to shed some light on the 3 kinds of beliefs that might be holding you back from manifesting what you want. So if you want to find out what the beliefs are, then be sure to keep watching. Welcome back, my friends. I'm so excited to have you here today. If you don't know me, my name is Jen. I'm a spiritual life and business coach, and this is my YouTube channel. I create content for you guys twice a week, all about the art of becoming your most unfuckwithable self through mindset and manifestation. If you want to be part of my family of spiritual badasses, then be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As I said, I'm a spiritual life and business coach, and I have an amazing new tool to offer to you. It is called my Manifestation Journaling Masterclass, and this masterclass is going to give you all of my juicy secrets for how to actually apply the principles of manifestation to your life. So if you want to learn more than just dreaming about something, then you'll want to come over and check out this masterclass, and I'm going to leave a link for that in the description box below. So as I said at the top, today we are talking about beliefs, and specifically I'm going to share with you the 3 beliefs that might be holding you back from manifesting what you want. So before we dive into the actual meat of the content today, I just want to stop for a moment and talk about what a belief is, because a belief is something that can be so strong within us, but when you actually think about where it came from and what it is, it's actually not such a big deal at all. A belief is simply a thought that you have had many times to the point that you do not even question it. It's something that you have decided is true and that you go forth into your life and start acting as if it is true. So the thing is, we all like to think that our beliefs are solid and strong and that they reflect the real world. And in fact, we like to think that our beliefs are the best ones and that everyone else's beliefs are secondary to our own. So it might come as a bit of a surprise to understand that not all of your beliefs are actually serving you. And this is where learning about your brain and learning about your subconscious mind becomes so important. So we all have a subconscious mind which operates so much of us during our daily life without us even noticing. And the thing is, your subconscious mind was mostly programmed before you turned the age of 8. So all the stuff that is in your mind that is really deeply programmed comes back to your childhood. That also means that you have probably been walking around with some beliefs about the world and about yourself for a very long time. And that is why this work can be so tricky. First of all, we have to open the door to understanding that there might be a different way to look at the world and to look at us. And second, we actually have to do the work to go in and reprogram our mind to reflect what we actually want instead of just defaulting to what we picked up. So basically, a little child is like a sponge, and he or she is just going to absorb whatever's happening in the world around it. So that means you're going to pick up stuff from your parents, from your siblings, from your teachers, from your friends, from all over the place. And not all of that stuff is stuff that you would actually want to have in your life. So I've used this analogy on here many times, and I'm going to bust it out one more time. But I always say that this is like an adult who only listens to the music that their parents listen to. I know basically nobody who would be okay with that, but for some reason when it comes to our thoughts, we just pick up what our parents taught us and we seldom bother to go in and really look at everything. And that means that we're going to be walking around with the stuff that isn't serving us. So what I really want you to know from all of that is that you definitely have beliefs that are not serving you, but you are a conscious creator, my friend, and you have the power to reprogram your subconscious mind to reflect what you actually want. Of course, nobody can do that work for you. This is where you are going to need to do this for yourself. You can do this with a tool like my manifestation journaling that I already mentioned. You can do this with working with a coach like me, and you can do this through meditation, hypnosis. There's all kinds of tools that can help you to do this important work. So I just want to empower you with that so you don't start off this video feeling like there's something wrong with you. There is definitely nothing wrong with you, but I hope that I'm going to shed some light today on some things that maybe you can rethink and reshift into something that is more beneficial for you, and something that is definitely more beneficial for you to create the results that you want in your life and to manifest your desires. So if you want to find out what the beliefs are, let's get right into it. The first kind of belief that might stop you from manifesting is a limiting belief. And a limiting belief is something that I talk on this channel a lot about, but that is because we all have them. And so an example of a limiting belief would be definitely these things that we picked up in our childhood that are definitely not actually true facts about the world and are definitely getting in the way of us creating the results that we want. So an example of a limiting belief that I always like to use is money doesn't grow on trees. If you are anything like me, you probably got a message like this or similar to this in your childhood. The message being that money is hard to earn, hard to keep, that we have to hustle really hard to get it. So of course, when your parents are telling that to you and they're saying something to you about money, they're probably not trying to make your life more difficult. But the thing is, if you really subconsciously believe that money is difficult, you are going to go out and play that out within your life without even realizing that there could be another option. So I just want to float the idea to you right now that perhaps making money could be easy. Perhaps it doesn't require a big hustle. Perhaps it could just flow to you for you being you, for you shining your light and sharing your gifts. Now, wouldn't that feel great? And the thing that I want to remind you is that that cannot happen for you if you are really committed to the idea that money is difficult. So this is how a belief that seems so simple, that seems so obvious, can become a real limitation in our life. Okay, so whether you're struggling with money, with love, with success, with whatever it is in your world, I really want you to become aware of the thoughts that are swirling around in your mind. And the more that you can become aware of what your thoughts are, the easier it is going to be for you to start to recognize those limiting beliefs. The first step is to recognize them. The second step is to figure out what you actually want to believe and then to start to reprogram that. Reprogramming that is a whole other topic. I'm not going to get into that today, but I'm going to leave this with you right now. If you are trying to manifest something and if you are struggling, the very first thing I would suggest that you do is to look at your limiting beliefs. The second belief that might be stopping you from manifesting that I want to share with you today is the belief that who you are right now is all that you can ever be. Basically, I have seen this happen so many times with people that want more money, they want a better relationship, they want a different kind of career, yet they talk themselves out of actually going out there and achieving those things for themselves because they tell themselves something like, I'm just not that kind of person. I will never be that confident. I will never be that good with money, etc., etc. So this looks like a limiting belief, and it is a limiting belief all on its own. But what is really happening here is that your subconscious mind is basically telling you that you cannot change, that you cannot learn something, that you cannot get better at something, right? So what I want to remind you of right now is that actually everything in your world is really just a habit. We are taught to think that our personality is set in stone and that there's just some people who are good at this or good at that and that we can never be that person. But that is actually completely untrue. For example, when it comes to money, there is so much that we can teach ourselves about money, about making money, about taking our money and making it work for us, about doing all kinds of things with money. Maybe you weren't born knowing that knowledge, like many of us, but that does not mean that you cannot go out and learn that. Telling yourself the story that I'm just not good with money and pretending that that is good enough to stop you, that's really a lie that you are telling yourself. It is really just your brain trying to keep you safe and trying to prevent you from doing something new. So it's really important to remember that you have the power to change. You have the power to become someone new. You have the power to learn a new skill, to develop a new talent. You have the power within you. But if you tell yourself that you just can't do it, of course you're never going to try. So I just want to challenge you right now to think about whatever area you're trying to manifest and try to identify the story in there that you are telling yourself is just impossible for someone like you or for someone with your background or whatever the story is. I just want to remind you that this is not true and you get to change it. You get to write the story. You get to be who you want to be. Sure, it might not happen overnight. It might take a little time. It might take a lot of effort, but you have the ability to do it. So please do not stop and do not buy into this. Okay, the third and final belief that I want to share with you today that might be holding you back from manifesting. This is believing in your current reality more than you believe in your results. So I did a video a little while ago all on the power of disbelief, and basically in not putting too much faith, too much of a story into what is currently happening for you. So this is how we can create a catch-22 situation for us. So for example, say you want to manifest money and you tell yourself, I'm going to manifest another $2,000 for myself this month. And then it's halfway through the month, the money isn't here yet, and you start to say to yourself, well, I guess it's not happening. I must have failed, etc., etc. So for one thing, your manifestation experiment is nowhere near over. You have not got to the end of the line. But if you keep looking around at what is currently happening around you and waiting for reality to prove something to you in order for you to believe it, that is the perfect way for you to stay exactly the same. So it's like saying, I really want money. Money's not here yet, so I guess I'm not able to do this. So of course you're stuck in that eternal loop. Of course you're never going to get beyond that because you haven't done the real work. The real work is shifting yourself from the inside. It's about trusting the process, trusting yourself more than you trust reality right now. Just because something is real right now does not mean it has to be that way into the future. But if you are relying on this current moment to prove something to you, that is the perfect way to tie yourself here forever. So I really want you to get this point. I know that when it comes to manifestation, people are always looking for a sign and they always message me wanting to know when things are going to happen. That is just a big red flag to me that you are not believing enough. Because if you believe enough, if you trust in this enough, if you've really decided and you know it's just a matter of time before this thing happens, then you're not going to be freaking out and looking for a sign and like hoping to see 1111 everywhere and hoping someone is going to say something to you. You're not going to be hoping for any of that stuff because it doesn't matter, because you know the thing you want is on the way. That is magnetic energy. Confidence and knowing is magnetic. Desperation and wondering and stressing out and waiting for something to happen so that you can feel better, that is exactly how you opt out of your own power. And that is exactly how, like I said, you put yourself in the catch-22 of always wanting something and never quite believing it and never actually achieving it because you never believe it. So that was a very quick video today, but I hope that this really helped to unlock something in your mind. Belief is everything when it comes to manifestation, and you are the creator of your beliefs, my friend. If there's some belief work that you need to do, and this video might have highlighted exactly where you need to do that, I would really suggest that you take this work to the next level. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have a brand new manifestation journaling masterclass, and in this masterclass, I spill all the secrets of what I do in my daily manifestation routine to help really take this work and apply it. Not just think about it, apply it. This is the super important part. So if you want to sign up for the class, if you want to join me on this journey, I'm going to leave a link for that in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching this video today. That's all I have for you in regards to belief work, but I really just want to empower you to go out there and start to look at your beliefs and to start reprogramming them. This is amazing work that can change your life, but like I said, you have to do this. No one can do this for you. You can't outsource it. It's like going to the gym. So you've got to do this stuff yourself. And I really hope that you're going to commit to yourself and start doing this today. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I really appreciate you spending time in your busy week hanging out here with me. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to watch more, click right here. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. So until then, as always, just remember, get ready for the miracle. See you guys.